Most moving scams look totally normal until it's too late. I'll break down how to spot the lies, the tricks, and the traps that scammers use to take your money and your stuff. There's a recent tactic that's helped scammers stay under the radar, and it's worse than you think. Number 1. The vague or missing contract. The foundation of any legitimate business deal is a clear, written agreement. A reputable mover wants a solid contract just as much as you do because it protects everyone involved. A scammer, on the other hand, thrives in confusion and ambiguity. So what happens when nothing is in writing? You leave yourself completely exposed. Scam movers avoid clear contracts to insert hidden fees later. They'll give you a verbal promise, shake your hand, and then present you with a bill for double the amount, claiming you agreed to extra charges for things like stairs or packing materials. Without a contract detailing the original agreement, it becomes your word against theirs, and they're holding all your belongings as leverage. This is why you must always insist on a full written agreement before you pay a dime. This document, often called a bill of lading, should list the exact services being provided, the pickup and delivery addresses, the specific dates, and most importantly, the exact total cost or a binding estimate which cannot be changed. If a company is hesitant to put everything in writing, walk away immediately. This is the biggest red flag there is. Number 2. The rock bottom estimate. Now, even if you have a contract, the scam often begins with the price itself. You're shopping around for quotes and one comes back that is dramatically lower than all the others. It feels like you've hit the jackpot, but you have to ask yourself, is the deal too good to be true? Almost always the answer is yes. Moving your entire apartment for $99? Only if they leave half of it behind. This is the classic bait and switch. Extremely low estimates often lead to inflated final bills. Scammers know that people are looking for a deal, so they throw out an unbelievably low number to get you to book with them. They lock you in, and once they have your things on their truck, their price suddenly skyrockets. They'll claim the low price didn't include fuel or tape or the time it took to walk from the truck to your door. The best way to protect yourself is to ask for detailed breakdowns and compare multiple quotes. A reputable company's price will be in the same ballpark as other reputable companies. A scammer's price will be an outlier. Now I'll show you the one fee that scammers love to hide and exactly how to stop it before it drains your wallet. Number 3, the hidden or surprise fees. So what are those fees and how do they get away with it? It comes down to the fine print and a deliberate lack of transparency. Before you sign anything, you need to ask yourself, have you seen the full fee list? We've heard from people charged $150 more because the truck had to idle for shade. Yeah, that's a real excuse. Scammers are masters at this. They bury extra charges in the fine print of a long contract they hope you won't read, or they simply spring them on you at the end of the move when you're exhausted and just want your stuff back. Common surprise fees include charges for stairs, elevators, long carries if the truck can't park right by your door, or even a vague fuel surcharge. The solution is simple but powerful. You have to ask specifically what's included and get it in writing. Before you sign, ask the question directly. Is this the total, all-inclusive price, or are there any potential other charges I need to be aware of? A legitimate company will give you a straight answer. A scammer will get defensive or be vague. If you're wondering how to avoid these hidden charges completely, don't risk guessing what your move will cost. I've used this free moving cost calculator myself, and it took less than a minute to get a solid estimate. No email, no hassle. It's instant, accurate, and the link's right at the top of the description. But the stakes become dangerously high when these scams escalate from frustrating to downright criminal. What would you do if the movers locked your belongings in the truck and refused to give them back unless you paid double? We've seen someone whose baby crib, passport, and medication were all locked in that truck. Number 4, the hostage shipment. This is the bait and switch taken to its terrifying conclusion. So what if they refuse to unload your stuff? This is what's known as a hostage shipment. After loading all your belongings, some scammers won't release your property unless you pay exorbitant surprise fees. They know you're in a vulnerable position and will do anything to get your things back. Here's the most important thing you need to know. This is illegal. This is not a simple contract dispute. It's a federal crime. Your power in this situation comes from knowing your rights. Do not pay them the extra money. Instead, report it to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration immediately. You should also call the local police and inform them that a moving company is refusing to deliver your belongings. Number 5, the fake company. Of course, these tactics only work if the scammer appears to be a real company in the first place. That recent tactic I mentioned earlier, it's the rise of incredibly sophisticated fake websites. So how can you verify a mover is real? If their website looks like it was made in 2002 and their logo is a pixelated truck, maybe dig a little deeper. And the only 5 stars they've earned are from fake reviewers with stock photo smiles. But these days, scam sites use fake logos, glowing 5-star reviews, and professional stock photos to look legitimate. A good place to start is checking for US DOT number on their website and verifying it on the official FMCSA database. If they don't have one or don't provide it, they're operating illegally. You'll also want to verify the business address. Use Google Maps to see if it's a real office or just an empty lot or a residential home. Make sure you read reviews on multiple independent platforms, not just their own website. Look for patterns of complaints about surprise fees or hostage situations. Number 6, the absurd upfront deposit. Another huge red flag comes down to how they want you to pay. So, are you being asked to pay too much upfront? A reputable mover might ask for a small deposit to secure your date, typically no more than 25% of the estimated total, and they will always accept it in a traceable form like a credit card. Scammers, on the other hand, want untraceable cash, and they want a lot of it. We heard from a viewer who found a great deal online. The mover was incredibly friendly and persuasive, but he pressured the customer into paying a $1,000 deposit via Cash App to hold the truck for that great price. On moving day, no one showed up. The phone number was disconnected. He called every hour, then every 10 minutes, until he finally had that sinking feeling he'd been ghosted and his money was gone. Avoid companies that demand cash or over 50% before any work begins. It's a classic sign that they plan to take your money and run. Now you can move forward without falling for the traps, but there's another angle you need to see. Click the video on the screen to learn what makes some movers even more dangerous.